What's going on? Welcome to Totally Blitz Podcast. We finna break down UFC Vegas 81. Actually, I don't even like calling it a breakdown. We finna just talk UFC Vegas 81 with y'all boys. And as always, go down, like, and subscribe. Let me hear y'all's thoughts on 81, y'all's picks for this fight, because there's definitely some very exciting fights on this card. And as always, I'm Paul Pick'em, Win'em, Concha, and I'm joined with
You already know, man. It's your boy Kev Waterbuster, boy, and I'm being attacked by the evil demon known as Miss Mia Bella. Look at this
King
nigga
of
trying to
People.
fight me and shit. But Paul, man, I did no research on this card. Let me know who's going on, who's fighting on this card. Damn.
So first, we got the main eventer, Sodiq Yusuff, taking on Edson Barboza.
That's Jip from Cambodia. Like,
Yeah, heavy hitter, BJJ, very solid, like very good young prospect that's been rising up in the talks, taking on Edson Barboza, a newly found featherweight coming off a big win. Then we got co-main event, Jennifer Maia, wife of the great Damian Maia, her herself a great BJJ practitioner, taking on Viviane Araujo, Jonathan Martinez versus Adrian Yanez.
nice.
This is a pick 'em fight. Both are stand up strikers that love to bang, so that's gonna be a fun fight. Andre Petrosky, we haven't seen him lose since the semifinals against Brian Battle on Tough. Since then, I think he's rattled off 5 straight wins in the UFC. Taking on Michelle Pereira. This is a solid test at middleweight. I believe Pereira is a slight favorite. It's basically another pick 'em. This is a big test for Petrosky on if he's where he stands on the middleweight rankings. Then you got our boy C-Rod, Christian Rodriguez. See him get the big win over Raul Rosas Jr. back in Miami, 287. He's back on the fight cards, and he's taking on South African Cameron Simon, undefeated 9-0. Another pick'em fight on this fucking card, and there's a lot of
That's
other.
right.
Yeah, there's a lot of great fights. Terrence McKinney taking on Brendan Marat, first ever fight in the UFC. Honestly, McKinney's a minus 500 favorite into this fight. Like, there's no reason to really talk that one. He should win it. So, but this is another Apex card where they're definitely delivering on like the talent. It should be fights that should be finishes. So, shout out Dana White.
Yeah, I mean, this shit is stacked for Apex card. That's fine. They're making the Apex great again, Pebble. They heard us.
They are trying to make Apex great again. Let's get into our featured prelim fight. This one didn't even make the main card, but Christian Rodriguez, C-Rod, taking on Cameron Simon. Pick'em fight. Simon's a slight underdog. C-Rod's a slight favorite. It's probably definitely after coming out. He was the unknown Jim, but now he's known after beating Raul Rosas Jr. Simon is yet to lose in the UFC, undefeated in all his fights, 9-0. Both young prospects, 25 and 22. Like, this is two young prospects at bantamweight, kind of fighting early in their career. How do we see this one playing out?
My young African brother, Cameron Simon. I mean, I would love to root for Brody because I think I remember watching him and get that upset victory in at UFC 290 or for International Fight Week. So I'm definitely a believer in Cameron Summer, but I fuck with C Rod. I liked how he stopped his takedown defense and how he was able to keep shit banging and standing up on the floor against Raul Rojas Jr. I don't think he'd be able to bully him when it comes to strength like he would be able to bully him when it comes to strength like he did Raul Rosas Jr. But I think I have to take C Rod in this one, even though I think other Brody might be a little bit better. Cameron Simon.
So yeah, actually, I think C-Rod is the better fighter all around. I think
Really?
I think the odds are this close, and he probably would be the underdog normally if he didn't beat Robert Roses Jr. But like, people are only crediting him because he beat Robert. I think he's a legit fighter that hasn't been credited what he's worth yet. Like, he's just still making his name, and like by the like, you remember how quickly, what's old boy name at the featherweights, Illa Taporia. Within a year, he went from, he's lucky Patty didn't want to fight him in that hotel, to he should be fighting Volkanovski for the championship, and Patty's lucky he didn't kill him.
Yeah, and it's rumored.
Yeah, like and so like Tapor like similar. I think C Rod's another one of these young demons. He just hasn't his name isn't fully out there yet. We've heard the people in this camp saying like this guy's legit. Like he's gonna be a really great fighter. So like he's one of my I don't usually do this for UFC, but best bet minus 150. This is gonna give me them pick 'em odds. I like C Rod here a lot. And then let's get into our next fight. This is another fight that's honestly a test. We have Michel Pereira, who's been holding it down at middleweight. You might remember him. He met our boy Knuckles from the Bourbon and Bud MMA podcast. But 5-fight win streak, I believe. Wins over Nico Price, Carl Williams, old strong. Oh, Chaos Williams, old strong ass. Andre Filaho, Porton Zimbo. Yeah, 5-fight win streak. So he's been looking legit, but he's taken on Andre Petroski, who hasn't lost since he lost to Brian Battle. Since then, he's rattled off wins over GM3, Gerard Mearshart, solid wins at the middleweight division, and this is his first real big test. Like now, the loss to Brian Battle doesn't look bad on the semifinals of Tough because Brian Battle is kind of becoming his own. Is Petroski? Is it his time at middleweight? He is an underdog here, or is Michel Pierre still like the blueprint? Like I'm still part of the big leagues. What do you think, Kev?
Um, I think I haven't seen Michel Pierre fight since what was his last fight?
Santiago Porrazimbo.
And he put them things on Zero, didn't he?
No, that was a close fight. It came down to a split decision. He put it,
Mm,
but he did whoop the shit out of Andre Falajo on January, and that was on the Nagano Gon card. But we haven't seen him fight in about a year and about a year and some change now.
yeah, that's crazy. He definitely has been quite inactive. While Petrovsky, on the other hand,
Yeah, but outside of that, he had that one loss to Brian Battle, and since then he's kind of. I mean, that loss to Brian Battle does not look bad.
yeah, not at all. I mean, Petrovsky does look like pretty smooth. What are their fighting styles like?
So Michel Pereira is like a bully. He's very strong. He's long. He uses his advantages towards for himself. He's Brazilian, so he got the BJJ background too. Andre Petroski, he likes to take people down. He thinks he can submit people, but he also can fight on the feet. Like he can definitely fight on the feet. So it's hard to really break this down. They both do they not the same styles because Pierre likes to be on the feet, whereas Petroski likes to go to the mat. But they both can do both. So it's kind of hard to say who's gonna win what.
Okay, okay. So yeah, I mean, I kind of like Petrovsky. I feel like I think Ponzinibbio. I'm not trusting it's been a little minute. You know how I feel about people that hasn't fought in a second. So I don't know. I might have to take Petrovsky on this one.
I'm gonna rock with you just because he has been the more active fighter. If Pierre was rattling off fights like he was last year, 2022, fought multiple times. Like I would be sitting here like, yeah, let me go for him. I think he'll hold it down. But like you said, we haven't seen him fight in a while.
Facts.
Our next fight, Kev, Jonathan Martinez minus 120, Adrian Yanez plus 100. This is at Pick'em odds. Both are stand-up fighters. We saw Adrian Yanez live against Rob Font. You missed the KO, but you was there
It
live.
was tragic.
But he's coming in as a plus 100 underdog against Jonathan Martinez. They're both the same kind of fighter. Martinez is a southpaw fighter, though. Yanez is orthodox. They both like to throw a lot of volume. The only difference is Martinez has shown that he can shoot a takedown. Like he can take people down, but he's mostly a striker. So it should be a stand up fight and it should be very fun. Who do you have at these pick 'em odds?
Mm-hmm. Um, I mean, I'm still hurt that I missed Adrian Yanez lose, but then after having to see Rob Font take on Corey Sandhager in Nashville, I was like, okay, I think I've gotten enough of this. I no longer care about. I'm no longer stressing this or getting this like I want to. So I'm not mad about taking that bathroom break. But I don't know. I'm not off the Adrian Yanez, though. Adrian Yanez is somebody that's really accredited by his peers. A lot of people tell him he's going places in this company and in this sport. So I think Adrian Yanez could keep it on the feet and not make some things happen.
So I want to go with Giannis, but I feel like they kind of rushed him too early, and he's a little bit like he's not. I feel like
He's
it
not.
was yeah, it's not seasoned enough. Jonathan Martinez, I feel like is somebody you probably could have put in there to fight Rob Font before him. He has more fights underneath his belt, and it kind of exposed him going against Rob Font. Like, and I feel like Martinez is not somebody who is figuring his shit out. Like he knows what he does. He does it well, and he has shown that he can take people down. So like even if Giannis might have, if they're very even on the feet, I think he might win some rounds by getting a late takedown or something to show like to show to judges like okay it might be even on the feet, but I just scored a takedown. I'm on top to end the round. Shit like that. And I like Jonathan Martinez here as a pickle.
Nice.
But let's get into our main event status here, Kev. Edson Barboza, newly found featherweight. I believe this is fifth fight at featherweight now. Taking on Sodiq Yusuff. Barboza's a plus 140 underdog. Yusuff's a minus 165 favorite. Barboza is coming off a good win over Billy Quarantino earlier this year, where he got the fucking flying knee KO. It was one of the best knockouts so far of the year. Sodiq Yusuff is coming off a big submission win in 30 seconds, but we haven't seen him. That was all the way back in October 2022. We haven't seen him since then. But before then, he had beat everybody: Andre Philly, Alex Caceres, Gabriel Benitez. Only loss was to Arnold Allen. So yeah, he came in off the Dana White Contender Series in 2018, rattled off fucking six straight wins, then takes a loss to Arnold Allen, and then gets two nice wins, and we haven't seen him since. So he's a fun follow on Twitter though. If y'all don't follow him, he's very active on Twitter.
Oh, this is close. Oh, he's not from Cambodia. He's from Nigeria.
Oh, Nigeria. I knew he was from Africa. I didn't know which flag it was though.
Nah, definitely. I think I wanted to take originally Edson Barboza in this, and I literally just made the point that you don't really get better after not fighting. But I don't know. This man not only he's really not really going to decisions like that. He had three straight decisions. Oh no, four decisions. Okay, so he's half and half of his decisions. But his last fight, he got a submission. I don't know. Oh no, I think he might have something, but this might be his first 5 round fight. So I don't know how this is gonna go, but I think I got Yusuff on this one, and I'm not gonna lie to you, I don't know why.
Usyk got that crazy power, but he's a wild striker. And I was Billy Quarantino had the crazy volume, but he was a wild striker. And I feel like he has two losses at featherweight. Giga, who's just a very good striker, like they just did kickboxing. Giga's a great kickboxer. Bryce Mitchell, where he had to worry about being taken down the whole fucking fight. Beat Shane Burgos by KO, and he got the KO win over Billy Quarantino. And I would even argue Burgos might be like if him and Usyk fought, that would be a 50-50 fight as well. I just think Barboza is the more seasoned striker, and if Usyk he has one submission win in his last fight, and that might make people feel like, oh, he might start whipping out some BJJ and shit like that. I'm not too worried about it. That boy was able to survive Bryce Mitchell on the mat. He himself is a BJJ practitioner. People for like Barbosa is Brazilian. They come out the womb with at least purple belt on. So like I think this is a good fight for him. This is another fight because I believe he was an underdog against Billy Quarantino as well, and he ended up showcasing everybody in the first round. Like, hey, if you want to strike with me, just be ready.
Nice, say less. Okay, you kind of convinced me into taking Barbosa because I was like, oh no, man. I feel like last time I seen this Yusuff dude fight, he low key was on some crazy shit. So yeah,
It
all
was a
right, say
30
less.
second submission where like I know that means you dominated, but at the same time, like 30 seconds sometimes. Like you might have just got like let's stand y'all back up and run it back. Are you gonna do the same thing again? Like it's kind of like when those quick flash things happen, is like is that really your skill or is it like a flash in a pan?
Yep. That was pretty hard. That was a biased announcer.
So, but yeah, no, I like him though. He definitely could catch Barboza. I mean, we saw Bobby Green last week, so it's not out of the realm of possibilities. And all these fights are very close. These are all pick 'em fights for this talk.
Nice.
Thank y'all for watching. This has been UFC Vegas 81, Barboza versus Yusuff. Should be a fun main event. Should be a fun Apex card. As always, go down, like, and subscribe. We want to hear your thoughts in the comment section on these. Give us your picks. Any bet y'all riding this weekend. I'm Paul Pick'em Win'em, joined with Kevin, the street fight enthusiast Savoy. This is another episode of Totally Blitz podcast. And if y'all didn't know, now y'all know, motherfuckers.